Hey, John here from John's Do It Yourself. When I posted my very first YouTube video, it was about a review of a table saw. And being in the military, I thought it was really important to tell everybody in uniform, hey, this is a great compact table saw that you can actually store easily and move to your next destination. Being in the military, we tend to move every 3 or 4 years. So I did the review of the table saw, and when people saw the video, they were more interested in the corner shelves that I had built. So I thought, hey, maybe I could actually do a few tutorial videos. And so I started filming everything I built in the garage, which now includes this play button. Yes, I know you only get a play button when you hit 100,000, but I did hit my 10,000 subscriber mark, so I want to thank all my fans. It's great to be out here in the garage cutting wood and people interested in what you're doing. I try to make it as easy as possible, so I've come a long way from 1 subscriber to actually more than 10,000 now. So I want to thank all my fans, and of course I made a video of me making my own YouTube play button out of wood. So let's get cutting. So the first thing I actually did was go into my CAD software and design a button to carve. Once I was happy with my creation, that's when I sent it to my X-Carve. I chose a scrap piece of 1x6 poplar that was left over from another project, and my first pass was just a rough cut. It took off the majority of the wood. I changed bits for my detail pass. Remember to use the original height when setting the bit. That's the reason I set my probe on the small scrap piece of wood. This was the original width of the board. My detail pass uses a round ball nose bit. This is a lot slower and a lot closer per pass. This takes much longer to complete, but once you do, you have a nice smooth carving. Hopefully, it looks like the image you designed. When your design starts appearing out of the wood, it's the most satisfying part of the creation. I could watch this part all day. There is just something about it that mesmerizes me. As a woodworker, let me know in the comments what's your favorite part of building a project. Once complete, I take my button over to the miter saw to cut it free from the board. I then take some 320 grit sandpaper and smooth out the already pretty smooth wood. Once my piece is nice and smooth, I grab my JTech laser and burn in the words. I looked over a few of the real awards on YouTube to get an idea for what they say and really look like. I liked the big 10K, well really it was 100K, so I made that the largest. Burning this onto the wood with a laser took no time at all. My next step was to paint the button, and if you are a subscriber, you know I don't have a very steady hand, and I am prone to accidents. So I decided to tape up the rest of the face to keep from getting paint on it. While doing this, I thought, why not just spray paint it since I've got it all taped up? So that's exactly what I did. It was a bright sunny day and extremely hot out, so this actually took no time at all. I thought that the bright red was looking pretty good too. So after I pulled off my tape, I took some white acrylic paint and brushed on the arrow inside the play button. I thought about leaving this bare wood, but then changed my mind at the last second and decided to stain it. Now that the button was actually done, it was time to build a frame for it. So you can call it a frame, but here at John's DIY, we'll opt to call it a mini shadow box, because in reality, that's all I really know how to make. So my button itself was going to be the back plate. So after cutting the sides of the frame to fit, I cut a rabbet for the back plate, or the button itself, to sit into. And while I was at it, I cut a glass screw for the box at the same time. Now, I have come a long way when it comes to perfecting my glass cuts. I could do a whole tutorial on how to get the perfect cut when you're using glass. I call myself an expert now because if you have screwed up as much glass as me, you kind of get the right to call yourself that. If you watch closely, I measured the glass screws on the frame and then measure out on the glass and mark with tape. Using a straight edge, I make sure my cutting wheel is right on the edge of the tape, and then I strike the glass. Leave the tape on for support when you break the glass. Once my glass is cut, I put it in the frame and then fasten my frame together. One simple brad on the top and bottom. Just be sure not to hit the glass with your brad. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Clean the inside of your glass and then place your button inside. And that's it, you're all done. If you made it this far, I want you to leave a comment on how many subscribers you have on your channel. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe.